Hello, welcome, everybody, and welcome to the additional intelligence. Welcome. Good afternoon, good morning, wherever it is you're joining from. Hello, and welcome, everybody. We're going to be having a long series starting today. We have a long series that is starting today, and that is common lies about investing. Uh, Basically, this has been in my mind for a long time to share, and I think it's time for us to get into that basically. So, uh, this is a session you would always come back to, especially before you make any solid decision as regards investing, right? And this is a very intentional series. I kid you not. This series is very intentional. This is not random. This is very intentional, right? And basically, it's because of what we are building, right? What we are building at additional assets. We are not just building. We are not just trying to get people to just put money into anything. We want to build a community of wealth intelligent people. A community of wealth intelligent people, right? And that's why you see that we prioritize education. We prioritize community. That's our goal. We want to build a community of wealth intelligent individuals, right? Whereby we know exactly what we are putting money into. We know what is involved, and this is not just about somebody telling you to put money somewhere. Everything we want to do is that we have people who are investing in things that they know and they can defend, not because additional says put money here, or not because you think I know what I'm doing, but because even you yourself weigh everything I'm recommending, and then you, based on your understanding, now believe that this is worth it, right? This is worth putting money into, and that's our goal, right? That's our goal at additional. So today we're starting a series, right? Today is going to be day one. I don't know how long it's going to be for, and so let's just see how everything unfolds, right? So today we're starting common investment lies that you've believed, common investment lies that you've believed, common investment lies that you've believed, and today we are going to be talking about diversification. By the way, if you're joining us for the first time, my name is Okoyemi Adesina. I'm the founder of Adesina Assets. So today we're going to be talking about common investment lies that you've believed. And today we're going to be talking about diversification. People, I'm sure everybody, even if you don't have a cover in any investment, you would have heard diversification is very good. Diversification is this, you have to diversify your investment portfolio. You have to diversify so that, it can be risk proofed, it can be solid, it can be this, it can be that. And I understand you. However, this word has been grossly misused, grossly used for selfish reasons, especially by investment brokers and salespeople who just want to close you to buy an investment so that they can make their commission. I made a post recently that investors make money for themselves, while speculators make money for salesmen or brokers. I think I got that from one of Graham's book. Right. And this is because when you hear the word diversification, they just, for example, there's something I don't buy, right? Which I think I've said it a lot of times, that this whole idea of people posting, do you have 100,000 naira to invest? Put 50% here, put 20% here, put 20% here. I'm like, what's that? Really, what's that? Is that how, is that, this is how I take my cues, right? And you can choose to disagree, right? By the way, there are certain things that people recommend, which I'm against, which you can buy, which can work for you, depending on what your goals are, right? But for us at Additional Assets, the community we are trying to build are people who can truly build wealth, not just have some trinkles in some stocks somewhere that they are hoping would make them billionaire probably after they are dead or their children. Mm-mm. People that would actually build wealth in their lifetime with time tested and proven investment disciplines. You see the word, I didn't use strategies, I used discipline, because most of the time people get carried away with strategies that they forget the discipline, right? And it's discipline that would make you say, I'm not going to put money into this thing until I understand what is there. I'm not going to put money into this thing until I read about it myself. I'm not going to put money into this thing until I understand the risk, I can calculate it, and I can ascertain if I'm willing to take it. It is discipline. Strategy will just tell you about how the thing will make you return on investment. Discipline checks whether I really understand this thing and I'm willing to take on this risk. The discipline, right? So when it comes to diversification, basically, generally, is defined as spreading your investment holdings across different classes, across different risk categories, so that you can be safe, right? So there was a day I saw someone say, you know what, you have to buy in several of our estates so that you diversify your investment across different areas, or you buy properties across different locations. You buy in Lagos, you buy in Abuja, so that you diversify your portfolio, right? Or stock traders who say you buy this, you buy different companies so that you diversify your portfolio. But like I said, this is where I take my cues from. I take my cues from most valuable companies. I take my cues from wealthiest individuals. What, how did they build this wealth? How did they get here? Not just from a random person on the internet, not even from random books. Because one thing you should understand is that even you see, when I talk about reading, don't just pick up. There are a lot of junks out there right now, all in the name of books, all in the name of author. Because then anybody can become an author. You can even tell AI to write books for you, and in few minutes you are already an author, and you can sell. So there are a lot of junks out there. So I think I was reading somewhere, and it says that even though we live in an abundance of knowledge, there's still scarcity of wisdom. No, even though we live amidst at the abundance of information, there's still scarcity of knowledge. I'll take that again. Even though we live amidst the abundance of information, there's still scarcity of knowledge. So don't think information equals knowledge. There are a lot of junk out there. So even when you want to consume all these things, you need to be careful about what exactly you are consuming. You really need to be careful, right? So when it comes to diversification, like I said, I take my cues from wealthiest individuals and most valuable companies. Let's check the richest guys on earth: Elon Musk, Tesla, and SpaceX. That's all. Bernard Arnault and family, LVMH, the holding company of Louis Vuitton, Moet, and NSC. Jeff Bezos, Amazon, just one. Larry Ellison, Oracle. Warren Buffett, Berkshire Hathaway. Bill Gates, Microsoft. Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook. Larry Page, Google. That's already top 10. Sergey Brin, Google. Michael Bloomberg, Bloomberg. Mukesh Ambani, Diversified. Carlos Slim, Elio and Family Telecom. Now, one of the things that most people use, right, is Warren Buffett. And they say, you see, he has a diversified portfolio. However, there's something we need to be careful about when it comes to diversification, and it's in the application. Diversification is not, I have 100K, let me just spread mindlessly. Let me just, without you even knowing exactly what you're putting money into. And this is also why people, in the name of diversifying their income, they pick side hustles. They do everything. They just want to hustle. You go to work in the morning to you go to work from 9 to 5. After 5, you do Uber. In the night, you still try to do affiliate marketing. You are still trying to sell probably watches online, and all in the name of diversifying your income. That's just hustling. That's just hustling. The real diversification, right? The real diversification. Actually, now, like I said, it is not in the definition, it's in the application. That's where the problem is. It is primarily not in the definition, because definition basically says that you spread your investment portfolio across different probably risk class, so that for example, let me just make it applicable. Um, if I put my money into S&P 500, S&P 500, let me say Vanguard S&P 500. S&P 500 is an index of, let me break it down, a collection of 500 most valuable companies in the world. That's Vanguard S&P. Most valuable companies in the world, 500 of them. If I put my money into that, it's more like I'm buying a share of a collection of those companies. That means out of the 500, if 200 go down and 300 goes up, you see that because I diversified my I have a diversified portfolio, the average, right, will still be profitable. But if I'm just unpicking, I could have picked like just five, and those five might fall into the category of one of the 200 that went down, right? But if I bought a S&P 500, that means that even if 200 goes down and 300 goes up, averagely, I'll still make what? I'll still make profit. That's diversification. However, in application, diversification is hard because number one, if you want to do cross-sectoral diversification, how will you give yourself to knowing? Remember, investment is anchored on knowledge. Investment is anchored on knowledge. How do I give myself to studying all of these sectors to be able to invest wholly and mindfully in them to be able to make sound decisions? It is hard. It is hard. And let's clear the myth. Warren Buffett has over 80 companies under holding, right? He did not just buy back. These companies decades, over 50 years old, 60 years, 70 years old. So even if you put it on the average, right, and you are seeing the companies acquiring every year, it is one at a time, one at a time, one at a time that is unpicking these companies, one at a time. It didn't just come up and say, I have 10 million naira, I have $10 billion. Let me buy. You. Oh, yeah, come. That was not how we got those companies. That was not how we got those companies. They were intentionally picked one at a time. In fact, in one of his letters to shareholders that I read, he said he's not a stock picker, he's a business picker. That means he's not just buying shares of those businesses, he was buying the businesses. Now, the stock that you are saying that you are holding, do you even know the business behind the stock? Do you know how the business behind the stock operates before you just bought the stock? Or because I just told you, it's a valuable company, I buy it. Oh, is a good company, buy it. Do you even know how the business operates? Do you even know the business of the company? I'm telling you, when it comes to diversification, it's check what they even call diversified investment. For example, you see Dangote, right? That's if you know about Dangote for Africa, as a diversified portfolio. Dangote salt, Dangote sugar, Dangote spaghetti. But the focus of Dangote is just on one company, Dangote Group. And the company is basically wholly into manufacturing, right? It's just that, okay, which market do we expand into? Which market do we expand our manufacturing into? Which market do we? You see that it's from one perspective. It's just one perspective and different expressions. One perspective, different expressions. It's just the same way that, okay, for example, now, additional assets, we have the real estate investment aspect. We also have the um, financial literacy aspect. That's that sounds like diversification because if the educational aspect does not, that's the additional circle. The education and community subsidiary does not bring money. The investment will bring money, and very soon we are going to be going into even acquisition of companies. That's diversification, but that's from one perspective. It's not just about and picking. No, it's not about going on one app to go and be picking stocks. It's not just acquiring properties. That's not how it is done. In fact, one of these days we are going to be talking about how the fact that the real investors in real estate are the owners of estate. We are going together. We are going together. We are going together. So diversification is not just mindless spreading of your money across investment vehicles that you do not even understand. No, it's not. It's not. And which is why I really don't you know I don't recommend stock to people. The only thing if I would recommend at all, I'll just tell you, okay, if you can afford it, this S&P 500, if you can afford it, because I believe that is the only way I can guarantee that, okay, this one is time tested and time proven over years. You can actually average. This is a diversified fund, right? But if I say put your money into this mutual fund, do you even know what the fund is for? If I say put your money into this bill, do you even know what treasury bills is? If I say put your money into whatever it is, do you know what it is? Right? Do you know what it is? So we need to really, really calm down and pay attention to, giving ourselves wholly, WHOLLY, to understanding these investment classes, to understanding these investment vehicles, and focusing on one that you know that you can defend, that you know that you understand. And not just because someone says, and not just because it sounds logical or it sounds possible. Like I said, diversification is not really in the definition, it's in the application. Can you run five companies at the same time? This same Warren Buffett that they use as an example for you guys, right? All the subsidiaries, he does not run them, he only owns them. Dangote does not run Dangote Sugar, he owns it. He does not run Dangote noodles, he owns it. Those subsidiaries have people who are running them, CEOs. Why do even companies that have branches, why do they have MDs? Because the CEO cannot run the multiple branches. So they have to have heads, they have to have heads. So in application, in fact, wherever I say diversification is an ignore it's used like it's a cover up for ignorance. Because I don't really know what to put my money into, let me just diversify it so that at least if one did not perform, one will perform. That's how I define diversification. That's how I define it. Because in the real sense, in application, he's not looking to spread it. He's not, no, no, he's looking for valuable companies to buy. That is his focus, that is his perspective. But to people that just want to sell anything to you, they just sell you diversification in any way. Oh, this is a new estate, buy it too, so that you diversify. You have to have a diversified income portfolio. That's when I see companies that, especially companies are like 2, 3 years old, and they tell you come and invest with us. We do forex, we do real estate, we do agriculture. I'm like, how on net are you able to focus on all these things and you are still a startup? How on net? You've not even one of them, you've not even grown it to be standard. So you see Air's holdings now, they have Africa Prudential, they have a particular health. You will see that every of those subsidiaries, they have their own heads, they have their own CEOs. But you see one company that is just one person still running it, and they have like five subsidiaries. How? 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 But if you don't understand this, you will just keep getting carried away. One subsidiary that people don't know that is somehow under additional assets is Folder. But I don't run it. It has its own CEO. I don't run it. So you have to understand this. Now, when it comes to diversification, in application, right, it's a very, very long term game. That is, for example, you want to own a diversified classes of, let's say, real estate. It's not about just buying land anywhere, just buying land. Mm-mm. It's about, even if I have the money right now, can I look at one area, right, that's currently developing and buying bulk there? Why do you think Warren Buffett to save cash for a long time and then you find one Do you know that Warren Buffett bought Coca-Cola for 7 years? He was buying it like that is he was paying to own the, I think, 7% stake. He was paying it for 7 years. That means in that 7 years, that was what is all his money was going into. So also, if I know that, for example, what's it called, Ekpe is is doing well, can I go and by myself go to Ekpe and tell one man I want to buy 20 hectares and I'll spread payment for like 5 years, and then probably that 5 years I paid, and the next 5 years again I send that location, I put it on that 5 years. In the next 50 years, you will see that I have different estates in different locations. But you will not know that I was not unpicking. It took me 5 years to buy this one, another 5 years. That diversification is a long-term expression. Diversification is a long-term expression of various focused choice of investment vehicles. So it is one part time, one part time, one part time. It is now on the long run that it now looks as if, oh, I have a diversified portfolio. It is not I just wake up one morning and I just spread it. No, that's not it. In fact, if you're an employee and you're trying to have a side hustle, and that's the fact is you will not even be able to give in as much diligence as would require you to grow to a certain level in that employment. That means you're already saying that you cannot win in the two areas. Jack of all trades, master of none. They used to say that it's complete, that, but it's better than master of one. Agreed. But master one first before you move to the other. Master one first before you move to the other. You can't be great at multiple things at the same time. So what did I say? Diversification is a long-term expression. This S&P 500 that we are saying, do you know that the 500 companies that are bringing it together, people are running it, and they just bring one person. One person's responsibility is to bring all these things and manage it. So in the reasons, even if I put my money in S&P 500, I'm putting my money into just one thing. Warren Buffett shares is not in Geico, Coca-Cola, Apple. He shares is in Berkshire Hathaway. It is now Berkshire Hathaway that is now acquiring all those ones. So his focus is what is in one thing. Let's rethink this thing. Let's rethink it. Let's rethink it. I hope you understand. If you have any question, anything you do not understand, your question in the comment section, and I'm going to actually answer you. Or if you want to join, you can, send a message or call the number in the inquiry button to say, okay, you want to join additional circle. And currently, we even have an exclusive community where we have an income challenge going on to see how we can help you increase your earning power. We also have weekly sessions, right? We have various categories. You want to learn about real estate investment, you want to learn about stocks investment, you want to learn about even forex. And I'm not the one teaching everything, right? We have people who are strong in these areas who come to teach, and then you pick where you want, excuse me, where you want to belong. So if you've learned something, comment what you've learned also. Comment what you've learned under this video, and then come again with what you said about diversification is a long term. All right, I said diversification is a long term expression. Diversification is a long term expression of how do I put, let me make it succinct. Diversification is a long term expression of a focused choice of investment over a period of time. Diversification is a long term expression of focused choice of investments over a long period of time. Diversification is a long term expression, or is an expression of if of focused, you can say diversification is an expression of focused choice of investments over a period of time. That is, it took Warren Buffett over 60 years to be able to have such a wide, diversified portfolio under Berkshire Hathaway. It didn't happen in 1 year, it didn't happen in 2 years. So is an expression of focused choice of investment over a period of time. That means over those 5, 10 years, you were focusing on one thing, focusing on one thing, focusing on acquiring one thing, focusing on investment in one thing. Then over a period of time, you've successfully acquired in various investment vehicles. Then they say you have a diversified portfolio. Not that you just wake up in one morning and you want to have investment in every vehicle. You want to own forex, you want to own crypto, you want to own stocks, you want to own real estate. It's not done like that. So is an expression of focused choice of investment over a long period of time. Do you understand that? Do you understand that? All right, guys. So this is where we wrap up today. I'll see you again tomorrow by 12 p.m. where we'll continue. We'll continue this same series, common investment lies that you believed. Have an amazing, amazing evening, everybody. Bye.